The sea is as still as glass. It smells of freshly baked bread and seaweed. The dogs are yawning, and suddenly the first scream cuts the air. On the horizon, black dots, woolen sails, low keels. They are longships, and they're coming with the tide.
They are here!
In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact decisions that separate a survivor from a victim during a Viking raid. And why almost everything you think you know about these attacks is incomplete. Stay till the end,
We attack the first
because I'll give you a
circle,
30-second mental
then
map
the
to
second,
survive the first
and then
24
the
hours.
third.
Welcome to Lost History, where you learn without getting bored with scenes you won't forget. Imagine a coastal village in the 9th century. Wooden houses and thatched roofs. A small church with a bell. Pens. Nets drying. A crude pier. A tranquility of the kind that doesn't know it's about to become a memory. The threat doesn't arrive like an army announcing its banner. It arrives like a knife you don't see. Vikings, farmers, merchants, and warriors all at once. Experts at reading winds and tides. Masters of the surprise factor. Their ships can graze the shore, unload in seconds, and disappear before any help arrives. This could change the way you see the Middle Ages. It wasn't epic battles every day. It was surgical strikes aimed at what was most valuable: food, silver, hostages, reputation. What's at stake? Everything. Your family, your winter grain, your freedom, your name. Ignoring this hit-and-run logic meant not only losing the present, but mortgaging the future. Hunger, debt, and sometimes the sale of neighbors as slaves. And now the sea is no longer a mirror. It's a mirror reflecting sails. The bell is slow to ring. The first dog is no longer barking. You see the oars dip in and out of the water like breathing ribs. The ships are low, fast, with carved prows that look like animals about to bite the coast. No trumpets, no negotiations. Just speed. They leap ashore in short waves. Wooden shields with iron rims, axes that aren't from the movies, they are tools turned into weapons. Effective, cheap, terrifying. Spears to keep their distance. Chainmail for the wealthiest. Leather and thick wool for the rest. The discipline is simple. Clear objectives.
Secure the perimeter.
The church, the granary, the smithy, the local leader's house. Silver, bells, chalices, hostages with ransom value.
Run!
They break
The
your
fire
spirit
spreads.
before they touch your doors. Smoke, noise, speed. A blow to morale is a blow to future plunder. Here's the part almost no one tells you. Many raids were small, 20 to 80 men. But their advantage wasn't in numbers, but in the clock, the tide. The window of opportunity can be as long as a song. Get
Give us
in,
everything you
loot,
have.
and get
Quickly,
back to the
quickly.
water with a favorable wind. If you just stand and watch, you lose the only resource you can't get back: seconds. What would you do right now? Fight? With pitchforks, knives, sticks? A dangerous fantasy.
Come on,
Flee?
Bjorn, this way.
With children, grandparents, panicked livestock. But where? Hide? Under floorboards? In the hayloft? In the woods? And what if they start a fire? The incredible part comes now. Choosing not to decide is the wrong decision.
Should have taken more.
Time is not
Well, we
neutral.
agreed this much.
If you take a minute to argue, you've gifted a minute to
Always do
someone
this.
who lives to steal minutes from you. A woman drives a knife into a table to remember where her house was before the smoke covers everything.
No.
A child drops a wooden toy that rolls to the door. An old man ties a rope around his waist so he doesn't lose his granddaughter in the rush. Chaos is choreography when the attacker has rehearsed this dance dozens of times. Choice 1. The quick
Please,
shelter.
hurry, get inside.
The church seems safe. Thicker walls, a saint on the wall. But the raiders know the social map. Where there's a bell, there's silver. Where there's silver, there's fire. Sanctuary isn't a shield. Choice 2. The early exit. Those who heard the bell earlier, those with a lookout on the beach, are already on their way to the forest, the wetlands, the hill. They don't look for roads. They look for terrain that slows down a man carrying a shield. Choice 3. Organized resistance. If your village built a palisade and practiced signals, you can contain them, not defeat them. Containing them means buying minutes so that women, children, and the elderly can gain distance. Gaining distance is gaining life. Did you know? Many coasts had networks of lookouts with horns and bonfires. When the second bonfire is lit on the hill, you're already too late. In a moment, you'll discover why a simple marsh can be safer than any locked door. Fleeing isn't just running. It's choosing between noise and shadow. Obvious routes, the main path, the river's edge. Dangerous. Zigzag routes through thickets and north-facing slopes. Wetter, more slippery. Slow, yes, for everyone. Common mistake, carrying too much. Your instinct screams, take everything. Reality whispers, take what can't be replaced. 2 valuable things, water, a blanket, a knife. Buried treasures can be recovered. Carried treasures slow you down. The low-keeled ships come in with the tide and prefer to leave with it. That creates a window. If your legs can turn 10 minutes into a 500-meter lead, you're out of the immediate search radius. This could change how you see survival.
It's all gone.
It's not about being stronger, but about being earlier. Psychology and shock. Danger shatters the mind into 3 responses. Freeze, staring, waiting for some invisible permission. Panic,
Help us, please.
running without
They're
direction.
here.
Loud noises, poor decisions. Mechanical movements you've practiced. A pre-packed bag, a rehearsed route, a meeting point. What would you do in this situation? If you've never discussed it with your people, your brain becomes a committee.
Stop fighting!
And committees in a crisis are graveyards for minutes.
We have to go now.
The incredible part comes now. The marsh as armor.
Are you sure about this,
The
Finn?
wetlands seem like hell. Mud, insects, cold water. That's precisely why they work. A warrior with a shield and chainmail loses agility. The mud protects you more than a wooden wall. Here's the part almost no one tells you. Many communities marked invisible paths with branches and stones to cross swamps without sinking. If you're not from here,
we have
you get
no
stuck.
other choice.
Yes.
If you are from here, you're walking on a memory of the land. If you choose to hide, under the hayloft, be careful. Fire rises. The smoke suffocates before the flames burn. Under the floor, hatches, trapdoors. Better if they don't creak. The enemy is listening. In the forest, stop thinking about walking and start thinking in silhouettes. Avoid the crests of hills. They outline you against the sky. If you choose to resist, don't look for honor. Look for geometry. Corners, paths between pens, funnels. 1 spear is worth 5 sticks if a narrow passage forces them to come one at a time. The lone hero myth? That's for the movies.
Go!
Real
Get outta
resistance. Buying minutes for those behind you. Uncomfortable fact. The Vikings didn't always burn everything. Burning takes time and resources. If they got loot
the
and
ships!
hostages quickly, they
Now!
preferred to leave with a good tide. Your objective isn't to defeat them. It's to become difficult loot. Don't shout names. Use bird calls, 3 knocks on wood, pre-agreed signals. A child who recognizes a pattern doesn't panic. They follow a script. In a moment, you'll discover
leave
the
before
mental
dawn
map that condenses
and head
all of this
east.
into 3 circles. The tide begins to pull the sea back. The smoke parts like a torn curtain. The
Get them
raiders
on
load
board
up,
now.
sacks, pieces of silver, sometimes people. If they found you, the story doesn't end. Another one begins. What no one tells you. The economy of fear. A raid isn't just violence, it's business. Hostages become ransoms. Silver taken from churches returns to villages as taxes to buy peace. The term will sound familiar, protection payments. An invader's victory can be making you pay tomorrow without burning you down today. Uncomfortable conclusion. In some cases, a tactically visible submission, open hands, not running, showing you are neither a threat nor valuable. Loot increased the probability of not being harmed in the moment. It's not heroic. It's statistics made of flesh and fear. A shocking comparison. An effective raid can last less time than an episode of your favorite show. 15, 20, 30 minutes. The difference between total tragedy and partial losses can be an 8-minute head start. 8 minutes. The time it takes you to argue whether the bell was for mass or an alarm. The invisible scar. Not all wounds bleed. The village may still stand, but the people stop sleeping, they watch each other, distrust appears. Trauma is inherited.
You see this
Grandparents who change
Yes,
the subject when they hear the word ship. Children who grow up with escape routes in their heads instead of fairy tales. A small, real hope. Communities that practiced and coordinated suffered less. Rotating lookouts, a ready bonfire, paths marked with branches, a buried stash. This isn't fantasy. It's the part of the past you can actually copy if you're interested in risk management today.
This first
We
circle
promised a
represents our
30-second
immediate
mental
camp.
map for surviving the
Here
first
we
24
fortify,
hours.
we gather what we need.
Here it is. Circle 1. Minutes. The clock. Act immediately. A bell means no debate. If you're a civilian, your mission is distance or silence. If you're part of the defense, your mission is to contain and buy minutes. Circle 2. Terrain, the map. Avoid paths. Seek out the marsh, the thicket, the north-facing slope. Prioritize shadow over speed if you're being followed. Use agreed-upon signals and meeting points. Circle 3. Community, the network. Lookouts in shifts, a ready bonfire, stashes known only to a few. Post-raid, count people, then find water, then shelter, then treat wounds. Everything else can wait. Surgical summary. The Vikings won with timing and surprise, not always with numbers. Your survival depends on deciding quickly and using the terrain. A village is saved more by routinizing its response than by isolated heroes. Final reward. Now you understand that surviving isn't winning a fight. It's about losing less and planting again the next day. That's the victory that doesn't appear in tapestries, but is what sustains civilizations. The smoke clears. The bell hangs crooked. On the sand are footprints that the tide erases with a cruel gentleness. Those who live
We must
tell the
rebuild and
story.
strengthen our
Those who
defenses
tell the
now.
story organize. And those who organize break the spell of fear when the next tide comes. If these deep dives, where you learn without getting bored, make you see history with new eyes, give a like and subscribe to Lost History. Every day, a historical journey with scenes you won't forget. What do you think your decision would have been in those first 8 minutes?